All right, so I just got through watching the Triple G Canelo fight, and I must say it was a very good fight. Very good fight. It was much better than the first one. Um, it was much better as far as the skill level they brought. I feel like the first one, both of them were a little bit hesitant, so they held back some of their skill that they had. This one definitely showed a little bit more. Mainly for Canelo, it showed more. Golovkin, it kind of showed the same, but it showed that he was a true champion. He could pull himself out of adversity. So a lot of people are upset with the score. Canelo ended up winning by I guess it'd be considered split decision. Two judges scored it 115, 113 for him, and one judge scored it 114, 114. So Canelo won by majority decision. Yeah, majority decision. Now, a lot of people think it's crazy that Canelo won, but when you look at the reality, personally, I scored Canelo winning the first 3 rounds easily. Honestly, Golovkin was hesitant. He really wasn't doing very much. I also had Canelo winning. I believe it was the 7th round. Might have been the 8th. It was either the 7th or 8th round, and then I had him winning round 10 and 12. So that was 6 rounds. Now, Canelo definitely won 5 rounds. So that being said, a draw wouldn't be crazy. Maybe him winning by 1 round would not be crazy. But I did think that him winning by 2 rounds showed a little bit of bias, maybe on a judge or two. But to discredit what he did is just ridiculous. Golovkin did not look like he did in the first fight. Majority of the time, he did not start to really look like the Golovkin that we know until probably like the 8th round, maybe the 7th, maybe a little bit in the 7th, but mainly like the 8th round, is when he really started to kind of, get back to who he was. And also, I think a reason why Canelo had the advantage in the end is because Triple G is somewhat, one dimensional. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying that he's not good at different things, but what I am saying is he has one game plan, and that's the same game plan he implements on, in every fight. Canelo, though, switches it up. He does what he needs to do to win a little bit more. And I feel like Canelo was way better this fight. And, excuse me, I have sinus issues. But Canelo was definitely a lot better this fight. He stalked Golovkin for probably the first 6 or 7 rounds. I mean, it was just ridiculous how Golovkin was not able to take control. It was very surprising, and I think that impressed the judges. Golovkin also in this fight, he only landed 32 more punches, but a lot of those were going to be jabs. And Golovkin's jabs really didn't do very much. Canelo was pretty much eating them. He didn't really, I don't think he really hit Canelo with a good jab that kind of stunned Canelo until the later rounds when Canelo was a little bit more tired. But like I said, I could have really seen it going either way. Personally, I had Canelo winning at least 6 rounds, so I would have probably scored it a draw if I was actually formally doing a scorecard. But 115, 113, Canelo, I think that was a little bit much. I could have seen it. I mean, you have to give Canelo, I guess, an extra 2 rounds in order for him to win. But I would have probably ended up scoring it a draw, as unfortunate as that would be, considering it was a draw last time. But Golovkin, I thought that they were probably going to give it to Golovkin by a round, maybe 2 rounds. But it's hard to say. And I just feel bad somewhat for both of them because Golovkin, feels that he was robbed, and Canelo is just not going to get the credit that he deserves. Canelo is, if you say that Triple G is the top one or top two, then Canelo is either top two or top one, middleweight. And also both of them need to be ranked higher on the pound for pound list. I mean, it's ridiculous that Canelo isn't ranked higher on the pound for pound list, but that's another conversation. But yeah, let me know what you think. And hopefully we can see Canelo versus maybe Saunders or Jacobs, sooner than later. So, but all right, man. Y'all have a nice night.